Today's the day. Soon, I will have a giant server AC unit here, and we will finally use the box that we installed like a week ago. Holy crap, this thing is kind of big. You might think I already unboxed it, but there's still quite a bit left. Holy shit. This is like 150 pounds, this is like 200 pounds. That's not that heavy, but whenever you realize that every last one of these is a razor sharp blade, holy hell. Alright, so give me a few minutes. This is backwards. I need to flip it around to make sure it's correct. The lines need to be going the opposite direction and all that niceness. Holy shit, I am worn out after getting that back here without cutting the crap out of my hands. Okay, I probably should have waited a little longer after I ate breakfast, but all good. Now, time to start unboxing this and see how difficult this is going to be. Well, I'll say it again. Holy shit. There's a lot of stuff that I'm going to have to figure out here. Alright, as you can see, I flipped it around, but I'm kind of worried here, because the power will need to drape behind the unit to connect to where it goes over here, and the lines will have to go, I guess, just straight up the wall. I'll have to figure all that out. I'm not quite certain on it yet. Speaking of not being certain, I'm gonna go get my neighbor, who is an AC specialist. Holy shit, I look albino until the exposure focuses. My neighbor is an AC specialist, so maybe with the coercion of a couple of cases of beer or something, I might be able to get him to help me today, or at the very least give me some tips on how not to fuck this up. Today is the day we finally crank you all on, hopefully. I just went and talked to my neighbor. He gave me a bunch of tips. For one, the AC unit needs to be about a foot down from... demonetization! A foot down from the ceiling, so I'm gonna have to move all of this crap. Fun. I'd already kind of planned on doing that, I just don't know where the hell I'm gonna put it all, because I had... shit. Alright, well, let me start collecting stuff and putting them in boxes and see if I can at least get this out of here. Hopefully in like 30 seconds it's gonna be like a bam moment and everything's gonna be gone. BAM! Well, that definitely didn't take 30 seconds, and I needed the help of my neighbor so that I didn't knock over the Bitcoin machines. But BAM! We now have a whole clear wall that I can put AC units on. Now this map, I wasn't planning on keeping it, but since I already it's like already ripped down there and everything else, but since I already have everything pulled down, I think I'm going to. There's just staples in it. Alright. I just kind of really like the map. A new and accurate map of the world. It's pretty damn cool. I'd have to do a lot of panning to get everything that's in this map on here. Like, it is an insane amount of stuff. It's really freaking cool. So I think I'll keep it. Be right back as I somehow very carefully peel this off the wall. I be ready for the Sea of Thieves. I've got a new and accurate map of the world. Alright, well, it turns out my dad was a crafty bastard. And the whole reason that that was on the wall in the first place is because this entire wall was split in half, which is interesting, to say the least. I assume the sheetrock guys... Hello! The sheetrock guys, probably had two panels, and due to the house moving over, like, 50 years, it just split. Oh well, I don't really have to deal with that. So the main thing is that I have a brand new bare wall, minus the cobwebs that were behind that thing. A brand new bare wall to drill into, and I'll probably take that panel off, shove the unit as far to this side of the wall as I can, and let's start doing this. This is going to be a hell of an adventure. I'm going to go get a level, going to get a drawing pencil, get some measuring tapes, and probably like 1,000 other tools, and let's see if I can begin this. Oh, first, I should probably read the manual. I'm going to read the instructions all the way through before I begin this. Be right back in like an hour and a half. Alrighty, after about another hour of reading manual stuff and getting measurements right, I finally have the mounting plate up. So I have 5 drywall screws in there, and I also have 3 screws that go straight into studs. So that should hold it. Now I just need to drill a massive hole in my wall right there for lines. Oh, I've already been at this for like 2 hours. It is way over my head. I've never done HVAC stuff before, and I am very grateful that I have a neighbor that I can go to for help. Be back in another, like, hour. Alrighty, I do believe I'm now ready to start cutting a giant hole in my wall. I went and talked, hello again. I went and talked to my neighbor. He said that hole would be approximately in the right position and that plate is in a good area too. So I guess let's start demolishing my house. Holy crap. Alright, so now I have a hole. I know it doesn't look pretty, but I have a hole that goes up and at an angle into the room so that I can connect it down here. And I also, if you could tell, just dug up a hell of a lot of this pad. Lifted it about 1.5 inches with a jack. Hold on. That jack right there. Lifted it up about 1.5 inches with a jack, shoved 5 bricks underneath it, and we're golden. Now it's a heck of a lot more level. Holy crap, I think I might need lunch at this point. It's like 2 p.m. God, this is a hell of an install. Alrighty. One more thing before I forget. I need a grounding rod, so I just rammed this copper, please focus, I just rammed this copper pole about 3.5 feet into the ground, and hopefully I can easily wire up the grounding bus to that. Good lord, so much stuff that takes so much physical labor with this install. I really need to stop doing this. I mean, good lord. I got both the breakers installed. I still haven't eaten lunch. I got the conduit run. I got wire through the conduit. Run on over here. If I can see it. There we go. Got wire through the conduit. Got it where it'll hook up still and have a little bit of a drip edge. My god. I'm getting hungry. Not to mention, if I can show you the lovely temperature outside, in the fucking shade, it is nearly 100 degrees. So, I'm going to call it quits for about an hour. I'm going to go, autofocus please. I'm going to go get some lunch and then come back and hopefully I'll have my neighbor help me wire and plumb this thing, hopefully. Who knows? Be back in like an hour. Almost got it. Ta-da! So we still obviously have to do the electrical. That's what I just came in here for. That's obviously not supposed to be there, but it just holds up the lid so I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, we ran all the condenser lines, the refrigeration bullshit, the drainage lines, all of that. My god, it's like 5:30, and we're still working on this damn thing. But I'm really, really grateful for my neighbor helping me out, because without him, I probably wouldn't have been able to do any of this. This thing is fucking ginormous. I don't know if I can get that, like, skill. That's a forced perspective, doesn't make sense. This thing is freaking huge, and I hope it's gonna do what I need it to. Well, shit. You may have noticed the sun has gone down, and this thing is still not quite done. It turns out that these special connections down here, focus, damn you, these special connections are not the same connections that come from my RC gauge and my vacuum pump, which means I had to order a bunch of extra parts, and no one near me had them. I already went and I checked AutoZone, I checked Lowe's, I checked Home Depot, absolutely no one has them. So even though this entire thing is set up, installed, and wired, I physically can't turn it on. Son of a bitch. I ordered something on Amazon Prime. I may get another gauge set that'll help me do this tomorrow. If not, I've got an actual HVAC installer coming tomorrow as well. This thing will fucking be on tomorrow, I swear to God. But I have had a long day, and I'm gonna call it quits. I just went up and grabbed food. Panda, gotta love that. I'm gonna go chow down, gonna smoke a few bowls, and call it quits for the night, because this has been a hell of a day. I've literally been working for over 12 hours, and this thing technically is done, but I can't turn it on yet. Awesome. So I'll get back to this tomorrow, and hopefully I'll have some really good news to report. See y'all tomorrow.